Mr. Chris Hart, how are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to talk with our audience relative to issue impact solutions. And you've been briefed on what our main impact is, which is all
Absolutely.
these ladies losing their jobs in the
I
state
know.
of Maryland,
I know.
and including some men, 300,000 plus. And I understand that you have some solutions for us, probably one of the main solutions. But before we go there, let's do a little background on you. I'm going to do a background check. How about that?
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Hopefully I pass.
Hey, you're fast, you're fast. So tell me about SOS. What does that stand for, and what exactly do you do?
So Without Servants Financial Agency, SOS, we're an FMO. We're a financial marketing organization. Where what we do is we market financial products on behalf of firms like National Light Group, Nationwide Financial, John Hancock, all Fortune 1000 companies, and we help bridge the gap between an underserved community and people who have access to the information that just aren't giving it to us.
Gotcha. So how did you get started with this business?
Yeah, I started 13, 14 years ago. It was 2013. I was talking to a friend of mine about an opportunity. He was working in the insurance space, and I asked him what he did. He said he helped families make money, save money, and get out of debt. I thought that's a good thing, and let's sit down and talk. And so we had a conversation at the church one day. He blew me away. I thought, man, great information. I wouldn't mind getting started as a client. Tried to recruit me more. I thought it wasn't for me. I said, I'll pass on that. I work for Apple. Apple, we have a lot of money in the bank. We're doing very well. Apple had a lot of money in the bank. I didn't have Apple's income, right? I had my income, right? But I passed on the opportunity. But I come from a large family of 7 siblings, and eventually I kept giving him referrals. And I asked him one day, this is where I messed up at. I asked, what are you making off my referrals? He was making some really good income. And I thought, man, at this time, my wife and I can use some extra income. So I got started with the plans of becoming part-time, making a little income on nights and weekends. Eventually that evolved to me going full-time in the industry and opening up offices across the country. And now we're predominantly located in the East Coast, in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Wow. So you grew that much over time?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How many of these agents and all do you have working with you?
We have roughly about 480 active agents.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're all producing pretty well.
Yeah. I would say of the mix, we like to bring on board part-timers because they can keep their day job, stay in school, and make additional income.
Yes.
But I would say in the mix, I would say we have about 45%, 55% ratio split of full-time, part-time.
Awesome. So I noticed I see all these magnificent photos of your wife and your children.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me how you guys met, what happened, and when did she become involved in your business?
Yeah, so she's not my high school sweetheart, but she's my post high school sweetheart.
That makes
I met her at 19 years old. I'll be 40 in a couple of months, and so started dating at 19. Here we are, almost 21 years later, still together. Got married after dating for a couple of years. So we've been married for 15 years now, and my wife and I. We always wanted a business that we can work together in. I was at Apple. She was working in cell phone sales at a company called Sprint back in the day. They're out of business now, right? T-Mobile absorbed them. And she went to work. I went to work doing our separate thing. I felt like, okay, how can we build something together? So when we got started in this industry, I said, hey, babe, come work with me. And so she's been on board with me since day one. She runs more of the operations for what we do here, working with our staff and our team. And she's more focused on the team culture. She's got some creative ideas. I'm not creative at all. And so I can go run the business, run the numbers, P&L, but she's more of a creative. So us working together has created a formula for success for our team.
Awesome. That is tremendous. I heard so much about your organization, and I was like, well, what is it? What can I get from this organization that can really impact our community in the most positive way? So I'm going to go straight to it.
Okay.
I found out you have a special type of annuity. Tell me about that and how it would help our 300,000 plus ladies who've lost their job.
I think the biggest role we can play is protecting one of their greatest assets, their money and their retirement. Life insurance protects your life, right? If I were to pass away, a death benefit claim goes to my loved ones and I'm covering my liabilities. Annuities are a life insurance product that protects your money. And so imagine having access to a product that said, hey, Warren, I got some money in the old 401k, old TSP. And we've been really busy the last couple of months helping secure a lot of TSPs from people who have been ripped. And say you have a TSP and you say, I want to protect that money, I want to grow that money, but I want to receive income on that money. So imagine being able to say, hey, I can put this into a form of a privatized pension. Not exactly a privatized pension, but a form where I get the same characteristics of a private pension, where that money is converted into an account that a month later, so I'm retired, I'm riffed, I'm not working for the government anymore, I left my job. Within 30 days of doing that qualified rollover, there's no taxes on that move, it's not a distribution, it's a rollover, that money can be converted into a steady stream of lifetime income that can never run out. Where I'm taking my nest egg, I've worked hard, secured it, I've grown it, I've stored it very well. Whether it's in a C fund, G fund, I fund, now I'm going to convert that into a steady stream of income that keeps coming in no matter how long I live. I could be in my late 50s, mid 50s, 60s, and it keeps cutting me a check into my 70s, 80s, 90s, if I make it to my hundreds. And so I think it's a core product that people need. I'm not a financial advisor, Warren. I'm the life insurance guy. I'm the guy you come to when you want predictability, you want guarantees, and you want safety.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, if I'm one of these people who's lost my job, and in certain cases, I've been blacklisted as well.
Yeah, that can happen.
And I have a mortgage that I'm close to foreclosing on, that's $4,000 a month. I can probably roll over my $500,000 that's in my TSP into your annuity, and within 30 days, I'll get a salary, and I'll get that same salary for the rest of my life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, obviously, the numbers may vary based off the amount you're moving over, maybe the age of the individual. But I would say, on average, anywhere from 5 to 7% of the money being moved over could be produced into a steady stream of income you cannot outlive. And so the math is pretty good, because we all know people, and I see it all the time, that went back to work in their 70s. What do they say? I got bored, Warren. You got bored of being retired? You weren't traveling, enjoying it? They didn't get bored. What happened usually? They ran out of money. I had a TSP, 401k, left the government, left my job.
What if they bring on people who work with them in regards to this effort, to this crusade?
Yeah.
Is there a way they can get compensated for bringing on other people?
Yeah, we work very similar to real estate. We have an agent-broker relationship. And so they have the ability to onboard part-time agents also. And so I have an agency that spans across the country, offices from Brooklyn, New York, to Riverside, California, to Scottsdale, Arizona. And at these office locations, I'm able to recruit, attract, and train agents. And so what's cool about our system is that you may be somebody that says, Chris, I don't want to train people. Well, guess what? My system is a proven system, a proof of concept that can train people for you. You've helped people make additional income streams in this business. Man, I love what you're doing in the community. You've introduced people to this organization that'll go out there and help people in their community secure their retirement accounts, and they got paid compensation for doing so. So I think it's only fair that you got compensated for that work also. And so we appreciate you for being an active community activist when it comes to getting the word out there on how people who have been riffed or have been misplaced for work can still continue to live a life and pursue their goals and dreams and receive income.
Well, thank you very much. It's just part of my crusade, part of what I'm required to do is my mission. And I'm just shocked I'm able to be compensated for it as well. Yeah. So, full disclosure, I am working with Chris and his agency, and I just find it's one of the few true financial solutions that I'm able to bring to the table.
Yeah.
That within 30 days can assist our people in staying in their homes, sending their kids to college, and all that kind of good stuff. And that's why I'm so happy that I was brought to the table relative to this opportunity. And I want to make certain that everybody else knows about the opportunity, but especially the opportunity to have real money come in every single month where they can take care of the major stuff. Guaranteed. So they don't have to be kicked out of their houses, their communities, and everywhere else. So what have you seen in terms of, you've helped a lot of these people. What have you seen in terms of their responses and their success and their happiness? In terms of, have they contacted you and thanked you? What has been the response?
I have a client now, a couple. They're in their late 70s, and they're going to pay their house off. They're going to cash in their IRAs and for TSP to pay their house off. They've been retired for quite some time. I said, why are you paying your home off? Well, because we want to pass it down to our kids. I said, that write-off, that's a write-off for you monthly. You need that write-off. You're in retirement. You're on a fixed income. And you're in a certain tax bracket. And so I was at their house last week, and they're able to activate income for life, and it brings me joy that they can pay their bills with Social Security, with their current pension, with their new private pension through an annuity. They have more than enough in income. Their surplus is over $4,000 a month now. And I said, spend this money. What do you mean? I said, go travel, go on cruises. So they're going on a cruise in July. I'm excited for them. Oh, wow. They're enjoying life because for so long they thought we were budgeting, we're penny pension, we can't do this here. And I said, no, you've done well, you worked hard, you've acquired some money in IRAs, 401ks. Let us convert that money into income. I think, Warren, for so long we're taught to our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s to save. We're in saving mode. Why? Because we're planning for retirement. But we forget that in our mid-60s to 70s and 80s, we're no longer in the save and growth mode. We're in the distribution mode of our money. And too many people are not converting their TSPs, IRAs, 401ks into the best distribution model that gives them a guaranteed check for the rest of their lives. And guess what? It's an annuity product. So if something happens to that client, they pass away, guess what it goes to? Their wife, spouse. If something happens to them, where does it go to? It goes to their next of kin or their trust or estate. We both know in government pensions, if I pass away, I'm married. My wife passes away, what happens to my government pension? It's gone, man. Government's not giving my pension to my kids. And so again, this is a better place to place your money from an estate perspective also.
Wow, you've explained more than I've learned up to this point just now.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. So the government gets to keep the money if you don't do something like this.
Yep.
And nobody can even have access to it.
Comparable to a government pension? Absolutely.
That's incredible. So what would be the first step that someone would have to do? Let's say they see the program and they say, well, I want to talk to Chris or someone. You said how many agents, brokers?
Over 400 agents. Yep.
How many people would be able to have this kind of conversation in your group with the people who contact you either through my hotline or whatever?
We've got roughly over 100 CFTs, certified field trainers. These are individuals that have sat down to it's a rigorous program we have here. It's a 6-week program as an agent, and every agent does not pass this program. But through this rigorous program, they're able to articulate and serve clients at the same capacity that I can. So whether it's the 5 homes of money, 3 ways money grows, breaking down fixed index annuities, privatized pensions, income for life riders, they're able to sit down with a client and assess through a financial lifestyle strategy your current situation, be strategic about what's the right annuity product for you, and how to receive income from that annuity product.
Because the reason why I asked this because we're going to have a lot. There's 300,000 people out there.
I can't imagine. I know.
We're going to have a lot of people who are not going to want to wait more than 30 days.
Well, with your access to people, that's what I love about what we do. The access to information. We run free financial workshops here, and our workshops are all about education. So even for a client reaching out to us, to your system here, we're going to teach them first about how money works. Money grows 3 ways: fixed, variable, and index. What are the 5 homes of money? What's available to you out there? We believe the best client is an educated client on money and finance. So we go through a slow process where we cross our T's, we dot our I's, and we get strategic about what's the best product for you. And so I just love the fact that you're reaching people who probably don't know about these products and services. I mentioned it again, not to keep mentioning race, but the average agent is a 61-year-old Caucasian male. He's not talking to all of our communities.
And basically, if he has a whole group that he's targeting anyway and he's used to it, then that makes more sense for him.
Yep. Exactly.
It makes a lot more sense for him. I really appreciate you taking this time and to explain everything. I am sure our viewing audience will understand everything that you said, and they are looking for solutions because they're not hearing anything from anybody, politicians or otherwise. What do I do now? And they're going to their churches, and nobody has the knowledge that you have to share in terms of how they can turn things around financially within 30 days. Yeah. And I really appreciate even being exposed to you and to your concepts. And we'll have to say as a disclaimer, you're not the only one who does this, but you're the first one I've run across who I can have this conversation with on behalf of our community. And I'm just so thankful that you, your wife, your team are so willing to help out the community and be a part of it and be part of the solutions instead of just talking about the problem. Thank you so much, Chris.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right.